Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the Scan Tool Network. In this quick video we're going to do a quick comparison between the Autel MK808 and the XTOOL D7. Now these tools are two direct competitors towards each other, so I thought it'd be quite interesting to pitch them side by side in order to tell you what the differences are and maybe which one I would prefer to go for if it was me spending my money. I'll tell you at the end of the video which kit I would go for based on what I'm about to tell you. So first of all, if you were interested in buying any of these tools, I'll put the links in the description below this video. This kit here is currently priced at £469. This kit is priced at £479, but what I can do is I can put an 8% off code for this tool here. So I'm not great with maths, but it'll take it below the price of this one. So just bear that in mind. But if you're wanting to get the genuine, there are fakes and clones. If you want the genuine tool, and do make sure to use the links in the description below, because as I say, that'll take you to the official product. So who are these tools aimed at? Well, I would say they are both aimed at anybody really with more than one vehicle, or anybody who has, say, like a family of vehicles that they want to maintain or look after. Any enthusiast who may have sort of friends, relatives, vehicles that they want to look after as well. And also maybe small garages, workshops, mobile mechanics who just don't know what vehicles they're going to be getting in on a day-to-day basis. So that's who the tools are really aimed at. But there's nothing stopping anybody who is an individual with just one car and wants simply the best tool for their vehicle in getting one of these as well. It's entirely up to yourself. But just so you know the sort of the capabilities of what kind of tool we're going to be dealing with here. So physicality. They're both like a hard-wearing tool, as you can see. They're both kind of the same thickness overall. This one probably just a little bit thinner when it comes to the tablet itself, but when it comes to the protective corners, then it probably is about the same. But I wouldn't have any issues if you were to drop any of these kits on, say, like a workshop floor. I'm fairly sure they would both withstand that. In fact, I have dropped this a few times, as you can see on the corner there, and it's withstand everything probably, as long as it doesn't land on something sharp for the screen, then you'll probably be okay with it. So when it comes to manufacturer coverage, well, let's have a look. So first of all, I'll explain that this tool is plugged into the vehicle. They both have internal batteries. This tool is plugged into the vehicle. This one is just using the battery, just so we've got them side by side. So we click on to diagnostics for each of them. The equivalent on this one is diagnosis. And the manufacturers, on this one we can either go all USA, European or Asian. So what I'm going to do is I'll make it easier. I'll go for the USA first of all, and we can do the same here. So we'll go to America. So these are the coverage for the American manufacturers. On the Autel, this is for the XTOOL. On the XTOOL, you have the ability to scroll up and down. With this tool, it's left to right. So for European, we've got 3 screens here. Okay, for European on this one, we scroll up and down like that. Interestingly, this tool they've both got Maserati, but this tool has Aston Martin, and does this tool have Ferrari? Don't think it does. It has a bit of Lamborghini. They both have a bit of Lamborghini. It's just if you were interested in the tool for like a high-end vehicle. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to go back here. Press the wrong button. And see what it's trying to do now. It's trying to connect to a vehicle, even though it's not hooked up. So it'll eventually come back with some sort of error. So if I just click yes to that, right? So we're looking for. Was there any Ferrari on this one? No, there's no Ferrari on this one. So this one over and above gives you, for European, Ferrari and Aston Martin coverage as well. Okay. So then we go to the Asian market. We'll go Asia here. And this is what you'll get for the Autel. This is what you'll get on the second screen. And Asia on the XTOOL. That's what you'll get. And it also has a Chinese section as well. Don't think anybody with a Chinese vehicle in Europe but not many, that's for sure. So those are the manufacturers that it covers. Now when it comes to the system coverage, both of these tools are going to cover all systems within the vehicle. So I can't connect to this one. It may well let me get so far through. But European, let's say for example we were going to just select I don't know, something vague like Audi, and for this one, because we're connected to a Porsche, we will select Porsche. So we'll just go automatic detection on this one. It has they both have the ability to read the VIN number, which is good. You can click system selection or system selection. So this is where it tells you what systems it can actually detect, so and communicate with. Now look at the Audi one here. It's got many different screens, and this will be the same. This is the Porsche one. So it all really depends on what vehicle it's hooked up to. Will depend on what you see on these screens here. So the Audi has many systems that it can potentially connect to. I say potentially because just because it gives you the option doesn't mean that that option is installed to the vehicle. Where this one here is a different story. This will show you what is installed to the vehicle. So like for example, if we wanted to try and get a fault with the engine on this one, read trouble code, it's giving us no fault codes there, which is a good sign. What you can do as well is you can do an automatic scan of the full vehicle, and then it'll go through step by step and show you each system within the vehicle. This will do the same, each system within the vehicle, and it'll point out where there are any faults. So you can see it's coming back with a few faults here. Don't be surprised if you do find faults in even brand new vehicles, because there are so many electrical systems in these vehicles that it's pretty much impossible to find a vehicle without any faults, and if you went through every single system. Right, so I'm just going to pause that because we don't really need to go through all of that, but you get the idea. Okay, when it comes to the bi-directional sort of component testing and actuation testing, this tool, if we go to diagnosis, if we go back to Porsche, you know, you can never find it when you're looking for it. There it is. Manual selection. So if we select our Macan, system selection, if you go something like front end electronics, and you can do actuation tests, so you can test the horns, test like headlight systems, and that is just like one of the sections. So you could go to, let's say as an example, you could go to passenger door actuation test. This tool will do the same as well, by the way. This tool will do actuation tests. Lower power windows. So if we listen out, it's going to lower the, there. It's lowering the passenger window, so you can do sort of like motor tests and test particular systems with this tool. And then we go actuation test. It's a little slow to respond, but we'll raise it. Click start, next, and now it's raising it there. So that just gives you a little indication of, that's only gone up, actuation tests, component testing, and bi-directional test they call it. So what about live data on these tools? They will both show you live data. There's no difference with any of these. When it comes to live data, you'll get graphing. You get graphing data, live data from like any system you want, really. So if you want to go and get some engine data, engine live data, you just click on the engine system, click onto live data, and then it'll give you lots of different sections. So in this case, I think we're interested in getting some live data from the diesel system. So, and you can put it into graphing data as well. You can get all of your temperatures, your DPF data, like the soot content. You can get live data from ABS sensors. You can record the data as well, which is a very handy feature. When it comes to updates and costs for these tools, this is where they differ again. So this tool here, the Autel tool, you'll get free updates for the first year, and after that you'll have to pay, it's about £130 per year. For the XTOOL you get free updates for the first 3 years, and then after that you have to pay an update cost of, I think it's like $100 per year, which works out in UK pounds as like £77 or $100 US, so you can work that out in your local currency. When it comes to help and support, you will get help and support through the screens itself. You can go through the remote control option. This one here, you go to support. So I've clicked on that there. We don't really need to go through that. But that's how you would get help and support for these tools. Or you can also contact the people you bought it from as well, and they can go through the help and support links for you. We just want to get off this, please. They both double up as tablets as well, so you can be using them diagnosing through the day and playing games or surfing the internet at night time. They both allow you to do printing facilities. When it comes, they can kind of like create a report based on what faults you've been able to find. So this one here, like there, for example, it gives you information. You can populate all of this information, and you can print off a particular report, say like for a customer. You can send it by an email, you can print it via PDF, whatever you want to do, which is really good. Power supply, as I mentioned earlier, they both got a battery installed to them, but they can't work unless you put a cable in the top. For this one, there is a Bluetooth version as well. It does cost about £100 more. So, but honestly, I always recommend getting the hard cable, because you're always going to get a much better connection, a much more stable connection between the tool and the vehicle with a hard connection like that. Screen size, they both have the same 7-inch LCD kind of screen. When it comes to languages, they both support multi-languages as well, so you can go into like the settings of each of them, and you can see the languages are all in here. And this one here is not going to let me go into languages for some reason. Printing settings. Might need an update on the languages, but this one is having no problems with any of the languages at all. And which one of these would I recommend if I was to put my money down, bearing in mind 469 UK pounds, 479 UK pounds. When you use that discount code, you're going to get this ultimately cheaper. You're going to get free updates for 3 years. And even with both of them, to be fair, even if your free update period has expired, you're under no obligation to go ahead and get updates. The tool will still work as it did as per the last update. So don't be forced in. Don't be feeling that you're forced to get the updates as well. If you don't want to, you don't have to. The tool will still work as it is. So with that in mind, though, I would go for the XTOOL. I think it covers more vehicles. It has more functionality. Oh, sorry, one thing I didn't even show you is the service functionality. My days, I am slacking here. Right, service. Oh, come on, come out of this. Come out of this. Yes, I want to exit. Right, service functionality. And then we'll go into the special function here. So they're both like special functions or service function menus. So let's have a look. We've got 15, 20, 25, 26 special functions here. I'll just show you all these again if you're interested in having a quick look. This will do like calibrations, coding for these particular systems and resets. And then we've got 15, 20, 25, 26. So they both do 26 special functions. This one, they say that they shouldn't really promote this tool for mileage correction, which is fair enough. But if you did want to do the mileage in a vehicle like this, you can do the mileage adjustment, but it doesn't work on all vehicles. So say for example, like it'll work on, if we were to select, say, Land Rover, it's only going to give us certain Land Rovers that it will actually work on. So don't rely on it for we have used it before on Mercedes, Porsche and Kia, and it has worked fine actually, but I couldn't guarantee. That's just because we tested it on those particular vehicles, but we did put them back. You get like a save file and allows you to put them back to normal. Anyway, I'm rambling here. So these are the special functions for the XTOOL. Again, it's going to do, allowed to do like coding, regenerations, calibrations, adaptions, and yeah, that is where we are with that. So, but ultimately, as I say though, I'd recommend the XTOOL if I had to recommend one of them. But that's it from this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you've sort of found it interesting maybe, or it's given you an idea about which one of these tools to buy if you were considering any of these tools. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.